Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot, getting ready to do your weekly update. We are rolling tomorrow, October 18th. We're going to roll through Tuesday, the 26th. I'm going to hold off on the 27th. I'm not feeling 27th for whatever reason. That's going into a whole new set of hoo-has, and we ain't trying to go into a whole new set of hoo-has just yet. Okay, that part. At any rate, on the cut, Ace of Cups, and I dare say this reading has probably got more to do with relationships, not necessarily romantic, but for some of you it is romantic. This is maybe a new beginning of some sort, either with an old relationship coming out of Mercury retrograde tomorrow. Some of you may be rekindling, refiring off on the flames, so that's there. Oddly enough, the Dominion card is underneath that card. So there may be some changes to your home life coming up. The Lover's card, this is major energy, major arcana. This is the backside of the Lover's card, but there is some kind of decision you're going to make. And this is for whatever this is, whatever relationship this is. This could be Okay, this could even be a friendship of some sort, and this is kind of down to the bare bones. You've stripped the relationship itself down to the bare bones and are making some kind of determination of whether or not the situation, if it's one of them things you need to just let go. For some of you, friendship, the way it's coming back to me is that this may be something that went on over the summer. You had a situation go on and maybe you felt a bit betrayed, a bit put out by a friend. Put that in Bert and Ernie quotations. But at any rate, this is about making a choice. And like I said, this is bare bones. You done stripped it down, thought about it, analyzed it, and some more shit. Or it could be you're going to change the nature of a relationship. So it's not going to be in the same way that it was before, particularly friendships here. Love is here. So some of you may be, looking at a situation for what it is and making a determination if this is the kind of situation you want to continue to deal with or not. More major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. Opportunities. This luck is on your side, Taurus. Don't be feeling like it ain't, because it is. And look at what you got on the bottom. The Hierophant. There you go. With the big cards, spiritual strength. So that is telling me about your day-to-day routines. You may need to, some of you may need to start meditating. Some of you may need to start journaling. Everybody can't do everything, so pick the spiritual thing that works for you. For some of you, it may be doing Tai Chi or yoga, but strengthening that spiritual muscle is the message there. Memories of love. Some of you may be getting ready to let go of a situation and you just still kind of in that Mercury retrograde energy and traipsing down memory lane. At the end of all of this, discontent and boredom. Many of you are just straight up discontent and bored with your situation and getting ready to see some opportunities, make some changes. Let's get the cards on the board, see what the universe got to say about some shit. That there. This Mercury retrograde, as far as I'm concerned, can go to hell. It has sucked the big one. It's been trying, stressful, and some other shit. So I feel you if you're tired and fatigued because of Mercury retrograde. See, I can't even talk. Fuck. Because of Mercury retrograde, you may be feeling tired and fatigued. So expect to be coming out of that energy slowly but surely this week. How y'all gonna play me? Okay, the waiting game. That is up on top. Okay. Let's see what else. What's we got? I ain't talking. Accelerated motion coming out of Mercury retrograde. I'm not surprised to see that card at all. The challenge, prosperity begins. Put that over there. Let's see what we got for this handful of days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Movement, choices, and decisions. Like I said, coming out of this Mercury retrograde, I'm not surprised. There's the Universe card, also known as the World card. Gonna be a change in a relationship. Might be a third party situation. 1 and 2 is 3. But it looks like whatever was a third party is no longer gonna be a third party. Looks like that's going to change to a couple. And if you are dealing with somebody that's dealing with somebody else, they could well be coming your way. Solitude. This upcoming weekend is going to be this weekend coming. So the weekend of 22nd. Going to be a chance to do some reflecting. That's where that solitude card is coming from. Some of you may need to do some reflecting on some changes that are coming up. Temptation card. Yeah, some of y'all are tempted to say fuck it about something at work. Like, fuck it, I ain't doing this shit no more. There's that spiritual strength. And material and spiritual prosperity. So you're moving into a better time, Taurus. I kind of thought this was going to manifest itself a little earlier in this month, but I think Mercury retrograde had a lot to do with slowing a whole lot of shit up, fucker. And so now here it comes, right behind Mercury retrograde. A lot of things that were stalled that maybe you didn't know about or were unaware of are going to come to light. Emperor on top of the waiting game. Some of you may be dealing with somebody that's got fire in their natal chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the cards ain't behaving. Giving me grief today. There we are in our glory, the King of Pentacles. And yes, rightfully so. A little bit of mastery and arrogance going on there for some of you. It's the Knight of Swords. Justice. Yeah, that Justice sitting on top of that Universe card. This is something that's coming back in balance for you, Taurus. So if you've been in a dry slump, if you've been in a situation that you've been separated, twin flame or karmic or soulmate or some shit, or just a situation where you just have not been in touch with your other, it's the Universe. That's coming. It's coming back. There's your Lover's card on top of the light. Awareness of you and them, recognizing what you have with a person. Three of Pentacles on the solar plexus, I can. It's a perseverance, a work in progress. 7 of Wands on top of the Solitude card. Some of you may be going into negotiations, This is coming up the week of the 25th. This is Saturday's energy, so you may need to take some time, do some thinking, sort some things out. There may be a new job position or an offer. If you are a teacher, this could be related to extra responsibilities in school you're being tapped for. If you work in healthcare, it could be an extra project, making a little bit of extra income. But it's going to be put out there to you soon. And the weekend looks like the time that you'll be making some decisions about that. Nothing's flopping. Ain't this nothing? Four of Wands. Kept trying to come out. There it is. Knight of Pentacles. The Six of Swords coming out. That's your money. That's your money. Coming out of the choppy, moving into some calmer waters with your finances and your assets. Pull one for the challenge. Ten of Pentacles. Prosperity begins, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's something new and good and different coming up for you, Taurus. So looking at your overall energy with the Emperor up here. The Emperor represents Aries. So some of you may be encountering somebody. I'm going to just put fire out there. It may not just be Aries. It could be Leo, Sagittarius as well. Somebody that's got strong fire in their natal chart. Playing a waiting game right now, and you're coming to the end of this, and I know that because I see us on the other side of this, on top of the accelerated motion. And some of you may not actually know this is coming, but you can kind of got the anxious wheezies, as I call them. Your stomach gets all knotted up and you don't know what the fuck is going on, but you know something's getting ready to pop off. That kind of energy. It's all good. Many of you have been waiting for a minute. So this could be a person or a situation. It could be job, especially with the King of Pentacles up there. But after we get through tomorrow, I promise you it's going to be, buckle up. Shit, the hell, just buckle up. Your challenge here is to recognize that all the hardship shit, okay, I said it right, is over. That's your challenge. And that it may be a true struggle challenge for some of you that you've been through so damn much this summer. You're just like, I can't believe nothing good is going to happen to me. And this is for every Taurus. So if you haven't even really been feeling like things have been just stressful or off the rails, but things ain't been going the way you wanted them to go either, this is for you as well. We are coming out of the beat up Taurus mode. I've even noticed that a lot of readers on YouTube like, I'm tired of reading for Taurus. And I get it. Because a lot of us have been going through a lot of shit. So just know we're getting ready to get on some thicker ice and some slicker ice. A little easier to maneuver around is the feeling here. A little more clear-headedness, not so much fog and nighttime shit, which is good. Looking at the Knight of Swords, you know, how many knights we got on the board here? The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles are direct opposites, but that's cool. The Knight of Swords on top of the movement, choices, and decisions. So yeah, after tomorrow, things are going to pick up and start moving like the wind. I don't want to say I don't like the Knight of Swords. I don't like the Knight of Pentacles either, because he represents slow moving shit, and that ain't my thing. But anyway, sometimes the Knight of Swords can be kind of reckless. And just think about the wind, and think about what the wind does, especially if you live in a place, a big city, where there's a lot of debris and shit just blowing around. I live in the desert, so when the wind start blowing, it's never a good thing around here, because you get dust in your eyes and it's just a mess. So I'm not always a fan of the Knight of Swords, because it's a swift moving energy, but sometimes you just get reckless and just be blowing shit all over the place. I will say this, as we're moving out of this Mercury retrograde, do not be hasty. That would be the word I would attach to this particular Knight of Swords right now, and this energy. You may have a tendency to be hasty, because now all of a sudden doors are opening, windows are opening, and people are like, hey, come over here and check this out. And you may just get impulsive, and with that, reckless. Don't do it. Take your time. You want to go with the wind. You want the wind at your back, but you also don't want to just be making a mess of things. And this has energy to it. Things can get kind of messy if you're not careful and if you're not focused. Looking at it's a decision being made for some of you. This is not going to resonate with everybody, but there's a decision being made about a relationship for sure. Again, this could be somebody with some air. This particular card is associated with Libra, but it could be Aquarius or Gemini also involved. However it's going, they're coming towards you. And it looks like for some of you, then if you just look at both cards, you see all these clouds over here, but if you look up here, there's clouds up there too. This person is coming towards you. This is not going to be, once again, there's this messy energy kind of in it. And of course, there's a sword back there to represent the air. This may be some messy, windy shit. You might want to wait till the breeze blows down a bit and not blowing quite so hard. This is not a bad thing. Even if you say no to this, that person is obviously not going to be expecting to hear you say no. But even if you say no to this, there's a recognition. The feeling here is that there's a recognition of things that have gone on, lessons that have been learned. Same is true as if you decide to go with this person. You know, there's still going to be recognition of things learned on both sides. So it's going to be up to you. That's major energy. With that card there, the Justice card, that's major arcana. And that is sitting next to another air card. It's that tendency to be kind of reckless. So be as focused as you can be when it comes to making decisions. You may not want to make a final cut on this if there's a decision on your part to be made. If you're still unsure, you may want to wait till the weekend. The further we pull away from this Mercury retrograde, the better. You don't have anything to fear as far as Mercury retrograde again until the month of February. So you may even want to wait until the 1st of November before you finalize any kind of promise-making, big deal. You know, oh, baby, I love you. We're going to get married tomorrow. You might want to wait till the 1st of the month. I'm just going to throw that out there. With the Lover's card on top of the light, this is very much about you standing in your truth about whatever situations you have going on in your relationships, not just your love, not just romantic. This is also family and social. For some of you, people that you're dealing with at work, you may be encountering new people. Some of those people are good. Some of them not so good. You're going to have to become aware and recognize who is what, that type shit. In this day, this side talks about the awareness of you and them. So, like I said, this could be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to just be romantic. Work is resonating and ring-a-ding-a-linging around. Always stand in your truth when you're dealing with relationships. You know yourself well enough to know what you cool with and what you're not cool with. Because somebody might be coming at you with some shit that you might not be cool with. That part right there. So just know that. With the 3 of Pentacles on top of the solar plexus with the I can, those of you that are trying to get your finances together as it relates to working, continue doing what you're doing. You're making progress. You may not feel like it, but you are making progress, and you're beginning to stand up, all that yellow, in your own light, and see what you can do. I happen to resonate with this because I've started doing some things with my finances. I'm trying to restructure my finances, which for me is a long time coming. But right now I'm just like, I am not making no progress whatsoever. But I really am. I've come leaps and bounds in a week. So I'll say the same to you. It may look like nothing is going on, or it may look like you're not making any progress, but changing your thinking is not an overnight thing. The hangman at the end of that rope tells me that as well. With this Seven of Wands on top of the solitude, like I was saying about next weekend, something is on offer. Something is on offer. And I give you the energy of this card. All these shields that are down. People have laid this shit down in front of you, and they're like, okay, this is what we got. We're going to let you think about this. But this is what we got. We're going to let you think about this. This is what we got. We're going to let you think about it. And this is just kind of you standing there going, well, what the fuck? Use the knowledge, old girl with the book here, and the wisdom that you have, and more wisdom than knowledge, but knowledge as well, that you have about whatever this is about. Making choices in jobs is not always easy, especially if you're getting ready to do something you haven't done before. Now, the other side of this is don't feel like you aren't smart enough. Once again, looking at the girl with the book, don't feel like you're not smart enough to do whatever it is you haven't done before, because you certainly are. It's really going to be about you taking the risk to expand your mind and move in a different direction. And I promise you, when you come out on the other side, that bold, audacious, yeah, I did that shit. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. That kind of energy. And that jolt might be the very thing to get you over the hump and get you into something new. People, it feels like people around you, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the bold and the audacious. They are not looking for the wallflowers and somebody to go, okay, it's all right. Looking for those that speak up and stand up in their own light. That part right there. With the hangman on top of the spiritual union, more major energy. So this is a big week, people. Don't act like it's a little punk ass week. It's not. It's the same energy as the universe and the justice card up here, and the Knight of Swords and the movement, choices, and decisions. You're having a change of opinion and perspective on something as it relates to relationships, sitting on top of the spiritual union. And maybe you're recognizing, or the other person, it could be the other person as well, but this hangman is you, Taurus. But the other person may be realizing that this is maybe a little more spiritual than they thought, or maybe realizing that it is spiritual. It's not just a let me come hump your leg type of relationship. It's a little deeper than that. It's not just about sex. It's not just about fun, but there's some growing here to be done. Taurus, whatever the change is on your part, you may be more open and accepting to this if you understand that this other person is looking at the situation from a different point of view. You will notice both people got their faces over that cup. So that's telling me both people are coming with cups of emotion into this. This is not no little punk ass shit. So if this is an old situation where maybe you've been the only one coming with the emotion, or in some cases the other person has been the only one coming with a cup full, things are changing. That's all I can say. Things are changing. To get to next Sunday's energy, the Four of Wands on top of the Temptation. I don't know. I feel like this is a job for some of you. For others of you, this is a relationship. Now, this is separate from this first group I'm talking about. Some of you may be in a situation where, you know what, I'll just fuck it. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Obviously, there's a plus and a minus side to that. If you just jump out there and do something and you've got somebody else on the hook, there may be some repercussions. So be careful with the temptation to just be hopping around. There is also an STD warning on this as well. Y'all like, where you get that from? That's what I'm hearing. What you want? Be careful. Somebody coming with the old baby, and they might be leaving you with an old baby and an STD. I'm just saying, so be careful. Be as safe as you can possibly be. For others of you, take your time. Take your time. Somebody may be trying to come back into a situation and they're trying to rush because they're trying to hurry up and hide something or get away from something. It could be the law. I don't know. It could be their mama. Who knows? But don't let them rush you. Don't let them rush you. A real bond takes time. So don't let somebody just jump in there, you know, and come with a whole bunch of hoo-ha shit. Again, babies and STDs attached to that. So be careful if that's not what you're trying to do. Knight of Pentacles on top of the spiritual strength. Many of you are becoming more secure. And I think the summer and the ass kicking many of us have taken this year has a lot to do with that. Not so much that you're going to need your spiritual strength, but there will be a point in the upcoming days where you recognize you actually have spiritual strength. Because you may not be so willing to just fall out and go, fuck it, I'm tired, I don't want to be bothered. You may just go ahead and trudge on through with something. This is slow-moving energy as surely as the Knight of Swords is swift. You know our energy. We butt dragons. Like, yeah, we coming, we'll be there.